Hey, it's Tom
And Tim
from the Plain White Tees.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jordan from the Ready Set.
Hello, my name is Andrew WK, and you're partying with me here on Ribbit.TV.
You've been watching Ribbit TV.
You're watching ribbit.TV.
Hello everybody, my name is Bert. You're watching Ribbit TV.
Yep, that's it. What's up, guys? It's Lisa here with Ribbit TV, and I'm sitting here with Bert from The Used.
Hi everybody.
First things first, what did you dream about last night?
Oh, I usually have dreams where I have, last night actually, let me try to be honest. I don't remember my dream from last night. 2 nights ago I had a dream that my daughter overnight sprouted hair, like really long, gorgeous mermaid hair. It was quite a strange dream. I often have dreams where I break my sobriety and get really drunk, and then I think that it's real and I wake up really depressed.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah, I think that's a common thing with us alcoholics, though.
Yeah, so I've heard. Or at least I've read.
Worst nightmares come true, only in your dreams.
It's true. Okay, so it's been about 13 years or over 13 years since you guys first put out your first album. How has the band changed since then?
Well, I think that we've really all grown as musicians and artists, and we kind of really understand our place in the bigger picture of what we do. We understand that this music is, it's not really about us, it's about the human experience. And so we're really happy and humbled to take our place as a part of The Used. I think that we all are The Used, really. So yeah, it's cool to be able to grow and learn, and we've never been tighter, really, as a band, and we really understand each other 10 years better than we did when we started. So it's
great.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. Family, so we really love and hate each other immensely.
Right, of course, with every relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, so your new album, which is fantastic,
Thank
by
you.
the way, I've been listening to it nonstop
Right on.
since it came out. It has a more political message to it. So what made you write about that instead of, like, cliche love songs?
Well, I think The Used has always been a band who ponders human experience and consciousness and life and loss, death, love. We've never been kind of cliche band lyrically, but having a daughter and really kind of growing up a bit and getting a bit of a more clear view of the world we live in and these patterns that kind of keep repeating themselves. American terrorism is a big one in my mind. You look at the rest of the world, and U.S. policy has been very devastating for a lot of people who aren't Westerners. So that was kind of a big part of what we're trying to say for ourselves and for everyone else. We talk a lot about revolution being the key to free us from the oppression that we're all involved in, but it's tricky because as Westerners, we're not only oppressed, but we're also the oppressor. So yeah, it takes a little bit more than just education, but I think that is the key, and that's where it all starts. I think that if we understand what's going on in the world we live in, we have a way better chance of shape the world to our favor. And I think that the oppressed understand if you know who's standing in your way, and if you understand why, then it won't be standing in your way for long.
Cool.
I think so.
So
We hope so.
So is, I guess, the American government, is that one reason why you moved away from the United States?
Well, my wife is Australian, so there's really no other reason than that, to be honest. I love the United States. As a place, we've seen a lot of changes in the country just in the last 10 years. It used to be when we'd go on tour, we'd get a completely different look at, from east to west, at the entirety of the United States, and now it's become really forced copies of cities that look all alike with their McDonald's and their big business, and I don't think that that's really what the people want. I think that this is another agenda that's being kind of handed to us. So if we don't do anything about it, then we won't see any changes.
Right, I totally agree. What is your favorite song to perform from the new album?
Well, the idea that the record was really inspired by a writer, an educator, and I guess, philosopher. His name was Paulo Freire, and he wrote a book called The Pedagogy of the Oppressed, talking about what I was just talking about. Like, if you understand who's standing in your way and you realize that the whole picture, if you really understand, then that block won't exist. But also, in a bigger sense of the world and the kind of precious state of the world we live in, it makes sense to me that if you decide to take no sides, you're never siding with the good guy. If you put your hands up and declare neutrality, so to speak, you're always siding with the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. So
Thinking about the type of world my daughter will grow up in, I get very concerned for the state of the world. But I believe in human consciousness being a driving force for change, and I believe that there comes a breaking point where societies, which have always been kind of examples of class systems against each other, usually the rich versus the poor, where all the systems of governments and everything becomes too much for the people at the bottom, and they will rise up. And I think that we're almost there.
Cool. Well, so do you not have a favorite song that you like to play?
Oh, God, that was about a favorite song. Yeah, Revolution. That's the point, I guess.
Okay.
Revolution has been the song for me that kind of really touches home. That's amazing. I just forgot the question you asked me.
That's okay. So do you have a least favorite song, like that's overplayed, like Taste of Ink, or do you still like playing that song?
No, it's crazy. The Taste of Ink is a perfect example of what I was kind of talking about. I think the Used has always been about personal freedom, and that song especially is about being the best person you can be. And I think that in the world, we grew up in the Western world especially, we're taught that progression is individual success, and I don't believe that exists. I don't think that humans can ever progress as individuals. So, yeah, I think there's not really... these songs mean so much more to me now than they ever did. So, yeah, there's no least favorite.
Okay, that's good then. So you won't get sick of them, like Journey playing, all their songs over and over and over.
To me, I feel like every show is one show closer to the last show I'll ever get to play. So I feel like if I'm not having fun and if I'm not really savoring every moment of this, then I'm cheating myself and everybody else. There's a lot of people who would literally kill people to be in my position, and I mean to make the most of it.
Very true. So you've been touring for a long time now.
Right.
What is one thing that you have to have on tour?
A good book. Other than that, just my mind.
What's the last book that you read?
I'm finishing a book now called Agent Storm. It's a crazy story about a Danish guy who got wrapped up in Al-Qaeda and then ended up working for the CIA to take down this cleric named Anwar al-Awlaki, who Obama actually had assassinated. He's a U.S. citizen. And he killed his 15-year-old son, Abdul Rahman al-Awlaki. So Interesting stuff out there if you take a look.
Wow, it's a mouthful for that name.
Yeah, I mean, well, for Westerners, we're named Jake or Rob.
Right. That's my brother's name.
Yeah, I go by Rob. My
So-
name's Robert, by the way. Hi, nice to meet
Right,
you.
so why don't people call you Rob or
I
Robert
kind
or
of got
call you
stuck
Bert?
with Bert. My first band was called I'm With Stupid, big shout out. And there's a Rob Taggart in the band, and so I kind of got stuck with Bert, but I never really minded it. Bert's kind of
It's unique.
I feel like it allows me to be a little bit of a different person, which I don't really need to be, but it takes a bit of confidence to try to just get. I think everyone can really sing, everyone can scream, everyone. Just not everyone has the confidence, maybe,
Right.
or the stupidity, the lack of intelligence. No, it's not true.
Okay, so you guys got here last night, right? Instead of this morning. So were
Yesterday
you
morning.
Yesterday morning. So were you able to explore the city a little bit?
Totally. We always get a little bit of time to hang around, and St. Louis is pretty dead on a Sunday.
Yeah. So it's pretty easy to go places without a lot of people there too.
Sure. But either way.
What was your favorite place that you visited here?
We went bowling last night right next to the venue and had an amazing family bowling night.
That's great.
Yeah.
What is the coolest place that you visited?
Paris is an amazing city. Just to look at. I mean, it's a very incredible city. I love Sydney, which is why I moved there. We're very, very fortunate, so lucky to be able to go anywhere. I mean, we were just in Ekaterinburg, Russia. Yekaterinburg, sorry for the proper Russians out there. Places we'd never even had heard of, let alone thought about going there. But we got to go visit some sick kids at an oncological hospital in Yekaterinburg, which was incredible. I mean, I guess anywhere you get to go, I only get to go there because I made this silly music, or we put these silly songs together. So we're very, very lucky.
That's awesome. Is there any place in the world that you haven't been that you want to go, or have you gone to pretty much every place?
No, I've been to Africa, but just South Africa, and yeah, it'd be amazing to be able to get to go all over. But I'm actually working with a condom company called Hero Condoms. It's a really cool cause. It's like Tom's shoes. Every condom you buy that's a Hero condom, we send one condom to Botswana, and we have a campaign with the Botswana government to achieve 0 new HIV infections in 2016. Botswana is still the most devastated country in the world with HIV. 1 of 4 women there has HIV/AIDS. So check out Hero Condoms. It's a really good cause.
Check it out. That's awesome. So I have a couple of fan questions for you.
Awesome.
What is your favorite type of pizza?
I guess it depends on the night. I like to make a thick crust at home in my cast iron skillet. But I also love a New York slice. New York slice is my favorite.
All right, another fan question. Boxers, briefs, or commando?
Boxer briefs, but I prefer commando. It's just rough on tour because of the chafing. Trust me.
Well, that's where you use Gold Bond, right? Okay, a couple more. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
I was just talking about this. What was the superpower I said? I don't remember. It was something very unique. If my superpower was to... That's a great question that I've been asked thousands of times, and I never really have a good answer.
Well, mine would be flying, so I didn't have to pay for airfare.
Yeah, airfare is expensive.
Yeah.
But you probably get pretty chilly flying to Australia. It's pretty cold at 35,000 feet. I guess you wouldn't even have to fly that high, would you?
I would hope not.
You get, depending on how fast you fly, it'd probably take you less time to fly to Australia if you could fly by yourself. Flying would be good, but I'd also like to be able to understand people's deepest, darkest fears. If I could see you and know your deepest, darkest fear, I think that I could help almost heal the world, maybe.
I agree. I think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Or scare the shit out of people.
Speaking of scaring the shit out of people, do you have a Halloween costume planned for this year?
I usually just go as... What have I gone as? I like... Dracula was my favorite when I was little. Then it turned into... We didn't have any money for a costume, so I was a bum for every year. Maybe Uncle Fester from the Addams Family.
Okay. I know who that
I was one of those as well at one point. Nobody's ever anything like a sexy slut. Sexy, slutty nurse.
Okay, so last and final question. What is planned for the future for the U's? What's next? What can we expect?
Well, we've got a bit of time off now, but I think that in 2016 we're going to do something that is incredible, that has a lot to do with the first record and the second record and a big re-releasing of a lot of stuff, a live kind of unplugged version of stuff, new record. A lot of really cool things coming for the Used in the future, but we'll be on tour a lot in 2015, so keep your heads up, keep your lips out.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Sorry, that's weird, awkward left.
That's okay. I like it.
Thanks, guys.